We owe it all to Andy Warhol and to Anita Bryant.
Hello, and welcome to the Tour Project. I'm Project Manager Eric Solomon. For this stop on the tour, navigate to 1105 Euclid Avenue Northeast, Atlanta, Georgia, 30307. This is the site of Seven Stages Theater. Since 2014, Heidi S. Howard has served as the artistic director for Seven Stages, having previously served as the company's education director and production manager. Identifying with the LGBTQ+ community, Howard has helped to further Seven Stages' commitment to engaging artists and audiences by focusing on the social, political, and spiritual values of contemporary culture and supporting the development of new plays, new playwrights, and new methods of collaboration. Originally located on Moreland Avenue, the theater now occupies a prominent position on Euclid Avenue in Little Five Points. Since 1979, Seven Stages has premiered and produced many works by LGBTQIA+ artists, as well as works that feature queer content, including one of the first American dramas about AIDS, Warren, written by the late Rebecca Ranson. Seven Stages is committed to nurturing local LGBTQIA+ talent, and the company premiered numerous works by gay playwright-in-residence and Emory University creative writing professor emeritus Jim Grimsley. Here's Dave Hayward.
Going down Euclid Avenue, Seven Stages Theater is still there. It was founded by Del Hamilton and his partner Faye Allen, and they again, not a quote unquote gay theater or LGBTQ theater, but very welcoming in terms of its themes and presentations. And they had a playwright in residence, Jim Grimsley, who worked there for many years, and he premiered his play Mr. Universe there at Seven Stages, and they had several productions of it over the years. And we definitely want to talk about Rebecca Ranson, who was part of the cast, I think, in several of those productions of Mr. Universe. And Mr. Universe was an interesting show in that it was about this sort of muscle-bound bodybuilder, Mr. Universe, who I believe is mute for almost the entire show, and is sort of like this archetype and the symbol that all the other people in the show kind of revolve around. And Jim Grimsley also produced other plays there. There was a play, Math and Aftermath, that he produced there. And then he wrote a novel, Dream Boy. And as I recall, he did not do the theater adaptation of Dream Boy, but Dream Boy was produced there at Seven Stages as well. So it's always been a great outlet in terms of LGBTQ themes, and then their current director, their artistic director, Heidi Howard, is a lesbian. When we talk about Rebecca Ranson, we're not sure if this was actually the first play ever produced about AIDS, but it was definitely one of the first plays produced about AIDS that Rebecca wrote in 1984 and was produced at Seven Stages in 1984 about her friend Warren Johnson, called Warren. And that was another thing too. It's like when we go through these different catastrophes, especially the catastrophe of AIDS, also seeing that how that a tragedy, a trauma like that also propels us forward in some ways too. And so our topics and everything becoming more mainstream and more a part of the overall conversation, and people going to see a show like Warren and finding out a lot more about AIDS and the people living with AIDS and the impact of that. Also, I had to mention Topher Payne, whose play Angry Fags premiered at Seven Stages several years ago. So he's an openly gay playwright, and he wrote this great play, Angry Fags, about two gay men who go berserk and become radical terrorists and it's entertaining.
Thank you for joining us on this stop of the Tour Project. For more information, visit tourqueeratlanta.org. That's TUOR queeratlanta.org.